Okay, I make a motion to call to order. Second. Second. And Ginger, would you like to do the roll call? Sure. Lori? Ginger, and here, Debbie. Jeannie. Here. Laura. Here. Teresa. Here. Corin.
I'm here.
Jim.
Sure.
Emily. Yvonne. Here. Oh, James. Yeah, I make a motion to approve the minutes from our last meeting, which was June 2nd.
A second.
And I have an inspirational quote to get us started. And as I said in my email in July, I would like to democratize and share leadership. So after I share the quote, I'll pass this around and you can sign up for a month to bring an inspirational quote. So this is from David Attenborough, May of 2021. There's a picture of him. It seems to me that the natural world is the greatest source of excitement, the greatest source of visual beauty, and the greatest source of intellectual interest. It is the greatest source of so much in life, and it makes life worth living. So that is the work for all to participate in and to do for our community. So pass that around and I don't know who's gonna sign up. So now we'll have visitor comments. James. Anything you would like to share for?
Yeah, I was gonna go over, I am going to be the co-liaison for the city along with Yvonne, obviously. Moving forward, so I'm excited to join the committee. I'll be attending every meeting and working with y'all and bouncing ideas off each other. And a couple of things I just wanted to bring up. I know Yvonne sent this out in the email in regards to everybody read the Google Drive in regards to Sunshine request. So storing things on Google Drive is not acceptable option when conducting board or commission business. So anything that can be emailed to myself or Yvonne, and we'll save all that to our city SharePoint. And then that was all I had. And then just like a reminder when we are sending emails as a commission, make sure everybody is BC'd, because if it's not, and then one person replies, then that is considered a meeting. And it's like we haven't advertised it as a meeting and it's not being recorded. So that's just, again, monitoring that Sunshine Law. So that's all I have.
I have two more things for you.
Yeah.
Can you give us an update? I think you're gonna give us an update on the dark skies lighting ordinance, and then I thought maybe pocket prairies.
Yeah. So Dark Skies is currently in the planning department right now. Planning director is drafting a memo to be sent. So it is in the works. More than likely, that's going to be a part of the city comprehensive plan. Got to be going to council, I believe the next council.
Yeah.
Not October, August
Yes.
8th, 17th, 18th, like that. Yeah.
So let me understand the policy on the email. So you're saying that any email that's a meeting, essentially?
Play the whole group.
The whole group.
Do the whole group.
Because I see the,
Yeah, like if you just shot me an email, that's totally fine.
okay,
But if you're addressing, if you're sending it to
Forum.
the core, yeah,
Okay.
to the group, to the entire committee, sorry, and one person replies, then that's a breach of light assumption.
You can send it out, you just need to blind copy everybody instead of carbon copying
Okay.
to prevent those requests.
I got you.
So the dark sky, that will more than likely be a part of the city comprehensive plan. So we can address it as a whole within the entire city versus going back and just like, selecting a couple of key items. I think that would be a better option is to have it as a whole, the entire city. Pocket Prairies, we had July 31st was the deadline to respond to the island agreements, maintenance. Or we had an abutting property. I believe there's only one resident that actually had an island that was abutting to their property, and that is in the process of being deeded over to that individual. And then that individual will be responsible for the rezoning license and permits. Everything else, and I'm going off of memory here, I think we have 12 properties that are currently gonna be moving forward with the Pine Prairie initiative. All others have residents have filled out the island maintenance agreement. So that's all been, and then that individual along with their neighbors will be responsible for maintaining the island up to city code, mowing, planting, things like that. So
Thank you.
you're welcome.
So it's just the one property you're speaking of. The other islands, the other 12 are all that's left anyway.
For the one,
Maintenance.
yes, so we had 21 initially that were gonna be sprayed and converted in Pine Prairies. And now I believe it's either 12 or 13 that are moving forward with the application for to proceed with the Pine Prairies.
So there's like one abutting property.
Yes.
And then several islands.
Yep.
That are not. gonna go.
All of the other ones out of that 21 residents turned in the island agreement of maintenance. So that they were taken off the list. So,
Okay.
And on the kind of ordinance thing, because I think this will come in handy with the tree ordinance too. I know this is tiny, but we can email it to you. There is a whole kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 step process for board and commission policy recommendations. And technically we're at step 4 right now, so it is moving forward that way. But I think this was kind of a handy guide as we got other things going.
Where can I view that?
It's a great question, but get it. I've got a PDF that I can get him out to you. I'm sure it's on the city's website also. So if I can find it as a link, I'll send that instead, but otherwise I'll send you that.
Sounds good, Christie.
Thank you.
I think it might be under boards and commissions handbook now, which is on the Webster website, but I'm not totally sure.
I need to.
Welcome, James, glad to have you here.
I got the, please come call off one, so I open up for right.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
It's
This is Pam Bliss. She was council liaison to Green Space before me. She's on council.
Did you have any comments?
I have updates, which I can wait to, we get to item 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, get to.
Welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks. Good to get back.
When were you liaison?
Oh, wow, Ginger and Laura were on, Corin was on, I think that was it, so that was probably
I started 3 years.
like
Yeah.
2019 to 2022 or so.
Right.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, you took off a few months after I started, I think. So that'd be about right.
Unrelated.
After reelection, like, yeah. But yeah, I'm sustainability chair, so when we get to that, I can
Liaison,
give you some updates, yes, liaison. I can give you some updates then,
Oh, welcome back.
thanks.
Okay. So on to our business. So we have an opportunity here to regroup and clarify and get on the same page. Maybe not the exact same page, but hopefully the same chapter. It's been a bit of a challenging time, but it feels like we're getting more support with James and Pam coming to this meeting. I do want to publicly acknowledge and thank Carrie. There is a card going around if you haven't gotten it yet.
It's right here on that set.
I did invite Carrie to come to the end of our meetings, we could thank her in person, and she declined that invitation, but she and I are gonna get together later this week, and give her the cards. So just to acknowledge Carrie's departure, she was with Green Space for I believe she said 5 years and was the chair for many of those years. So providing guidance and stewardship. So in this time of clarifying and outlining next steps, I would like to have more of a shared leadership in that, in a couple things in that realm. I have added this month to add a discussion of the agenda for next month is one of the last things we do. So it won't be just me creating the agenda, that people will have input into it. And secondly, above and beyond that, I would like everyone to know and feel comfortable to contact me outside of the meeting if you want to add something to the agenda. So I would like to open the agenda making process. Another change was this, of the shared inspirational quote. And then I would like someone to volunteer to be the timekeeper, not starting this month, but starting next month. And we can, whoever volunteers, and it doesn't have to be a forever thing, it could be maybe to the end of 2025. That you could look at the agenda and estimate time, or you and I could talk about it, or we could even meet here a few minutes before the meeting starts and just kind of keep an eye on the time so that we can honor our as close to 1 hour as possible. So opening it up for discussion. Does anyone, and we can bring this up again next month, but does anyone have additional ideas or suggestions how to improve the shared leadership or just how to improve our meetings?
I have a question following up on the timing. If we suggest something to you for the agenda, do you want us to estimate a time on it?
That'd be helpful.
Okay, so if we're doing an update or something, that way if we add it up ahead of time and we've got 90 minutes of things to talk about, well, no, we gotta do something about that.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So maybe I'll recirculate this and say, and put timekeeper. So that would be September through December. Pass that around, and if someone would be willing to do that. So.
Is anyone really hoping to do that? Cause I'm gonna volunteer if no, if.
I pictured you doing
Okay.
it.
So to be same page.
Great way to ask that question.
Yeah.
Remember that.
Stopwatch, you know.
No promises.
So, in an effort to, get us more connected, and cohesive, I thought we'd go around the table and everyone shares something that you're happy or excited about. It could be in life in general, or it could be related to green spaces in your life. Would you like to start us off?
I really feel like I won the spot. I don't.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna pass. I'll come back to you. I can't let me think about this.
Well, I'm really excited. I have planted 15 trees in the last year and a half, and they're all doing really well. So I'm just happy about that. I enjoy watering them and sitting. It gives me time to pause during the day, and it's just really cool to see new growth on everything. So I'm fortunate to be able to have done that, and they're still alive.
As the timekeeper, I will point out we only have 35 minutes left.
Good job.
We may need to move on considering the number of agenda items that we have.
Okay. So I will take that advice and we'll start this practice. Pam, thank you for initiating it. We'll start next month with news and goods. So if there's anything big in your life you want to share.
Can I just add something? So I think I've told Jeannie and Ron, I might not be on this commission. There is a new store market developing up. And I have a fair amount of experience in that area, so I offered that I could be on that. But I can't do both. So if I get on that commission, I'll have to be off of this one. But that doesn't start, I think, until maybe October or something like that. So just FYI. I like this group, and I'm nothing again, I'm not calling you, I don't.
They do have some great expertise for the stormwater.
I'm sorry to lose you, but it's a good fit. It's understandable.
Yeah, happy to open it up.
Which kind of started, you know, the subcommittee between sustainability and green space, I'm gonna say, stormwater conversations. So that's a good thing.
It's kind of full circle.
Yeah, it's full circle.
It's a big issue, it really
It
is a
is.
big issue, and it deserves attention.
Thank you for sharing that, Jim, and I'd be glad to make a recommendation for you.
And I'll still be glad to help with the weeding and Ira Crockett.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a lifetime.
Okay, so our next thing is to look at Forever Webster Groves. And I sent the link in the email. So this was written in 2022, it's on the final page, by the Sustainability Commission. And it is an excellent document for their work. So it's a plan, it's considered a living document. And it was done in cooperation with sustainability. And the recommendation would be to be reviewed biannually. To me, biannually means every other year, not twice a year. So I don't know if that's happened, but this could be an opportunity for that review. So there's 4 areas of focus: transportation, built environment, natural environment, and community engagement and development. And the one that I thought really, well, 2 areas. The built environment, I thought the lighting ordinance, and it is mentioned, really can bring a focus from green space there. And of course, the other one is natural environment. And under natural environment, they have the stormwater, which is in process of becoming its own commission. I did think we could suggest changing that photo of the goats, because if that's a person who used to have goats in Webster, they're gone now.
Listen, dear,
No, I think they were trying to do a job.
Oh, okay.
It's the invasive removal goats.
Yeah.
They're very popular.
Well, they eat everything. Yeah. So I thought that we could bring some additional target points to the natural environment section. And follow up with if this has happened or if it's still in the works, engaging community gardeners in North Webster to lead educational programming related to food. That I don't know, could be a place we plug in. Jim and I meet at every Crockett every week, and almost every week a neighbor walking their dog by thanks us for tending the garden. Some pause and actually talk for a few minutes. I think there's interest and appreciation. And if and when we circle back to the grant subcommittee to supporting volunteer action, I think that would fit under natural environment. This might, I'm running out of black ink, but this page with the recommendations, they've done the top one, which was to get a sustainability position in the city. And that position was initially grant funded. So they targeted that, did it, and it's, I believe, is it past the grant funding now? Is it do you know, Emily, city?
Yeah, we're past the grant funding for
Yes,
sustainability
yes.
coordinator.
On part-time through the grant, and
Is it-
it's now full-time, a city employee, correct?
She's a full-time city.
Yeah.
So they use less fun. So that, now opening up for discussion, what are other people, what are your thoughts about this document?
It's a great document. It's very comprehensive. I'm wondering, it's got a lot to do in there. So,
Multi-year plan for sure.
yeah. But,
Does anybody wanna look at it?
So I read through it actually, and let's face on the natural, page 14. Really, I thought didn't have a lot to say. We talked about green space, here it is. Tree lined streets, parks, greenways in our own yard, are gathering places for a thriving community. Webster has a healthy balance of parks and tree canopy to host wildlife, bring joy and comfort to our lives. Focus area will define ways to support the ecological health of our green spaces, encourage native plant landscapes, harmonize with earth systems, address water quality conservation, improve stormwater planning. This is all good as it is. It's just basically kind of short, one paragraph. So,
It leaves a lot of room for interpretation.
yeah. What else?
Yeah.
So are you
What was the purpose
proposing
of this?
Oh, sorry.
I think just to create a document, to have a plan and put it out, it's on the website, so it's available to the whole city.
Sort of our vision or something.
It's a big project from the Sustainability Commission.
So are you proposing that we try to arrange another collaboration with sustainability, or that we pen them a letter with suggestions?
I guess what I'm proposing is a subcommittee to look at it, maybe meet outside of this meeting, come up with some language, some wordage, and then bring it to our group, make sure everyone's on board, likes it, and then take it to sustainability. Because it is perhaps that biannual review time.
I might suggest chair to chair, talking to the sustainability chair first, just to kind of get a idea of how they wanna work that review and how they might wanna receive suggestions.
Really jumped out as outdated just the first glance.
It did or
Didn't.
didn't, yeah, it's only 3 years old, and there's still a lot more done on it.
so.
And it has been considered in the conversations with the comprehensive plan as well.
We in fact cited this plan in the Green Spaces letter regarding the Dark Skies initiative. This was one of the pieces of the first paragraph where we were saying, consistent with the Forever plan, this initiative would update. Well, you get the idea.
Yeah.
I like it.
So
Did this come from the sustainability committee, but there is a lot of input from staff and leadership within Webster Groves, it
Uh,
seems.
I mean, were you on sustainability when they did that? Yeah,
No, I was here,
you're here.
but I mean, they refer to it quite a bit, and I mean, it's kind of like to help them figure out their work plan for 2026. How it relates to kind of ongoing things they have now, and then if they feel like they have room for more funds, they do refer to that.
And with
Yeah.
the kind of work plan and budget review that we do, this is part of their review, they look back to this plan and kind of pick out what they wanna work on from, specifically from that in the coming year, so that is kind of a working plan and document.
Yeah.
Cause you can't do all of it all at once, so they kind of pick like, okay, let's do this. to
So I mean, I think it would be. I think talking to John Hickey is a good idea, but I think maybe having a couple things that you know are actionable, just in mind and see what he says. I don't know enough about your work plan for 2026. If you have Brennan to do something else, so
That's true.
that's something we're, you know, mindful of. Since there's space, sustainability has their 2026 figured out pretty much.
And we have ours, although it's changed a little bit, and I guess we'll talk about that, but this is such a robust plan to hang your activities on and to choose from and to move forward and reference, and it seems like it's vetted. And we don't have that for this group. And so the way that you just described it, Judy, is almost putting us as a sub portion of the sustainability plan. I don't know, that's.
I can see how this would be tremendously valuable and helpful for them. And I think we as a group could benefit from a similar or broad arching looking to the future. This is where we go.
I couldn't.
So I don't know if we should partner in their document or have our own.
It is a big process. It's very time consuming to do. I would talk with John and see what he thinks, if you wanna do a joint one or if you wanna do separate, I don't know. Work plan wise, I don't think there's time in the 2026 work plan to also add doing an overall plan, so that might be something to consider for FY 27. Kind of space that out. We do have a lot of plans in the city. We have strategic plan, we have this plan, we have the comprehensive plan, we have the stormwater management plan. You don't necessarily need to have a whole plan to kind of map out what you wanna do. You can do it year to year, or you can have a multi-year plan. So, as you're thinking about what you wanna do, it doesn't have to look just like this. Something smaller.
Is there anything else within this? You said stormwater management, it has a separate plan and it's gonna have a separate commission. Is there anything else within this plan that has that, or is it just stormwater?
Just stormwater right now, that's the newest,
I mean, there's probably some built environment things,
that'll be part of the comp plan.
yeah. I don't know off the top of my head.
But most of our commissions don't have a plan like this. It's kind of unique this is kind of a unique one.
I do feel like with new members coming and trying to just get on the same page, maybe just reading that natural spaces paragraph whenever a new member joins, just so we can just be on the same page.
Yeah, and there's a blurb in the city. There's an official description of the commission too, that I think would also be helpful for commissioners.
So I had never heard of this document until the meeting with the mayor in May. And the mayor said we should be following that. So it was news to me that this existed and that we were tied to it. So for that reason, I think it behooves us to align with it in a deliberate way.
Align with it, that's good.
I feel Cora moving us along, but if we have, you know, a sidebar, or if we just collectively read it and come back, because in my first read through, I don't think it covers really everything we do. It would be interesting to see what we're doing that's not in there. And, you know, because even though it's sort of written in an all-encompassing way, a lot of it was what I expected they would be doing, you know, that are more systematic and procedural and topic related. And then the natural environment is kind of in there, but not in the same way as our discussions that we've had since I've been working with you guys.
So did I understand, Cory, you're suggesting we all read it with that lens and discuss it again next month?
Sure. How's that sound? I just think if we're going to, you know, and it's the right thing to do is, you know, go with the understanding of what they're doing and then see where it varies from what we're doing and where there is possibility to combine.
So that's our first agenda item for next month. I've been, I'll put it on the agenda for everyone to, you know, reread this with the lens of where and how can we plug in a way that will give us this sort of guiding framework.
I like it. If that's an official proposal, I'll second it.
Okay, I'm gonna suggest that we perhaps postpone NOMO April till next month because of the time frame and because it's over. You know, because Jim and I have not finished the video yet, the redone video. So next month we'll come back to NOMO April and move on to preparation for Leave the Leaves. Do people remember, I forgot to bring the program, who signed up to be on that subcommittee? I feel like I know I did. I would like to wit this year, and I have an idea of potential growth to talk to Eagle Scouts on Rolling Ridge and Maypop to see if they would be willing to carry these two different styles or one of the two styles of leaf containment. And the Boy Scouts was that they could bring it over to your house and install it for a slight fee that would be a fundraiser for the Boy Scouts and help people who don't want to install it but would like to have it in their yard.
This is somewhat counter to the Leave the Leaves concept.
It's one of the options.
It is.
In my yard, I do both. I contain them and push them up where there's fences.
Sure.
I feel like this is nice, but does it have to be connected to Leave the Leaves? Because I feel like it might muddy the waters around that message a little bit. Compost is great, not leaving leaves that are blowing into your neighbor's yard, maybe excessively, which is what I ran into my first year of doing it. But leaving
the landscape again.
Oh, or just putting all of your leaves into your garden and then not having a way to kind of stop them from blowing directly into your neighbor's yard. Like there's a learning curve. So this can be good if you've got so many leaves that you just can't. But that doesn't really help with butterfly larvae. It doesn't really help with a place for things to overwinter because that has become compost. So
Right.
really you only have a functional top couple square feet. And I don't know that the messaging around Leave the Leaves is strong enough within the broader community yet to be adding that kind of seeing what the purpose of it is.
I do love composting though.
Yes.
We have done
Yeah.
composting initiatives separately in the past.
Yeah.
State's been working on a composting, a food composting
Okay.
project too, right?
I just said we're gonna,
down the ways.
Down the ways.
Yeah.
Future.
Yeah, in the future.
we just got back from the 25th anniversary trip to Austria and Switzerland. And they have on the street next to the bus stop, multiple trash cans, including one for biologic waste.
Great.
And people drive up and empty their things, so we have living samples. So perhaps those of us on the Leaves subcommittee can email, talk, meet, what are ways to grow it this year that won't send a confusing message. You know, one of the things I really like about this, and I tell people when they come over to my yard, I force it on friends and relatives to listen to me, is that by keeping the leaves in my yard, I'm reducing the cost to the whole city because I put less yard waste out at the curb compared to before I did this. So it's not just composting, it is economic trajectory that hopefully I'm helping to not have our waste hauling costs go up by putting out one container every other week instead of 3 containers every week. But perhaps that would be more of a composting initiative.
It is true that we haven't done much outreach on Leave the Leaves in a couple of years. And might be time to do some public outreach type stuff, public talks and flyers. I always do a social media thing, but more than that, it's probably good. Maybe we'll move this to the subcommittee.
Sounds good.
But it's Corin, Teresa, and myself. Yeah. Okay, we'll get back to you next month about growing Leave the Leaves. I have a question. Anything else about Leave the Leaves?
So. We need to try to do that, but then what we often do is just mow the leaves, it kind of. You know, if you do that, they basically break apart and it helps them decompose. And I think that's bad practice.
It's worse for the pollinators, but it's pretty good for the soil, so it's a trade-off.
We do some in some areas and others, just depends on where.
It'd be nice to have a informational sheet with a variety of ways you can leave the leaves.
Sure.
I think you all had that.
Yeah,
At what time?
it's at least text.
I mean, you probably wouldn't have to think up anything new.
I don't think we need to recreate the wheel. I think
Yeah.
we might have documents we
It may
can.
already
Yeah,
be
with all
on
that
the site.
information.
Yeah, it
You know,
might
we
be.
have city's website,
We should
Yeah.
check, promote it.
Yeah.
We can,
because it'll be yours.
right, that's coming.
Oh my God. Do you have those things, Corin, or
I
are
do.
they on the website?
Yeah, let's set up a subcommission meeting and I will find every document we've ever had for the leaves and what the city has too.
Okay, I'll initiate the 3 of us together in person, Zoom, whatever works. Next, I told Carrie I would bring this up. In her resignation email, Carrie said she would be glad to continue to lead and organize the September Eco-Ed, which I personally am very excited about. It's Fordwood Park. And Carrie has been in touch with different people for that for several months. So I propose that Carrie continue and lead that Eco-Ed. Any discussion about that? Okay. Now,
Okay, so let me do the letter.
yes,
So,
I've copied this if anyone,
that'll be easier to read then. So this is, we did the work plan, Jeannie just presented the work plan and the budget, and there's been it's moved a couple of times. So this was the response back, which I think everyone will be pleased with. We had talked kind of at the commission in the meetings about maybe, you know, reducing the work plan for the coming year and things like that, but in fact, that's not what the final letter says. I mean, I don't know that you want me to read this all out loud, but it is kind of thanks to the commission for all of the work and appreciation. And a note that the work plan is very ambitious and we support all of your ongoing programs and pledge to assist in moving forward with Green Our City for 2026, which I think is really key, as it has been, it was a really successful program. It's paused or kind of much smaller this year, but we are pledging to support that Green Space Advisory Commission for the coming year. I'm assuming James is about like when we have an arborist, we'll get a calendar and all of that scheduling going. So that's strong. It has, you know, the different initiatives that have been proposed with dark skies, revision of the tree ordinance, the native plant task force, and additional education outreach. While they're all worthy endeavors, we just ask that you be mindful of the capacity of staff and city council's agenda as you pursue them. So in previous conversations, I said, well, maybe start on these first, wait on these until you're over. But we're kind of leaving it to the commission's discretion on how you wanna organize your work for the year and just keep staff time in mind. The budget request we did reduce, part of that was the with Green Our City coming off, and we didn't do the July, there were some line items that came off. Also, we just haven't spent the budget as a commission each year. But I really want to stress that if we spend the $49.50, there is a process for asking for more funds. So this is the $49.50 is the budget for now, and as we make progress on signage and educational programming and whatever, you know, as we get close to that, the council is happy to entertain a request for additional funds for that. I think that kind of covers the letter pretty well.
So 2 questions.
Yeah.
Does this mean Green Our City initiative is coming back to Green Space?
Yes.
So it's not Public Works when it comes back in 2020?
Mayor has committed that this is important to the city and that it should continue to be a green space led initiative. We've also had conversations about how important it is for Public Works to plant trees independent of Green Our City. But this is a really important initiative that involves homeowners as tree stewards. It's kind of bigger than just planting, not that just planting trees is big enough, but it is more than just the planting of the trees. So we're definitely going to be encouraging Public Works to do more tree replacement, and with the arborist, that might be actually our arborist who's doing that, but as a city to do more planting instead of just taking trees out, which is unfortunately what happens. And then in addition to that, there would be the Green Our City initiative, that would be green space.
Second question, does this mean rebooting the grant subcommittee?
So,
No, because it said all your projects.
I think that has already been discussed with staff leadership and it's a no vote at this point in time.
I didn't know which was the most current or.
Unless there's different direction from staff, but I think there's not staff capacity right now, or not just staff capacity, but kind of workload and scope capacity to add another grant project at this time.
So I have a question on that. With the various initiatives, I mean, I was your person on grants, don't know why, no, I'm just kidding, I know exactly
A pretty
why.
good idea.
And I couldn't agree more, we had some conversations, and I know that is heavily dependent on staff and ultimately owned by staff, and if we brought on someone, they would have to manage them, they would have to go through all the financial and HR processes and the thing, so I'm familiar with that, but for some of the other things that we do, I really don't have an idea of what the impact is for you, so.
that's confusing, you know, to be mindful of what we're doing that's impacting staff. I'm not clear, other than like the lighting ordinance, which is going up the chain. I'm not sure, I'm not clear what we're doing that's impacting staff time and resources.
You look like great.
A lot of that with bringing on. I remember going through this a little bit, a lot of that bringing on like a volunteer worker, like you mentioned, like a staff person has to manage that person, and whether that's for 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, whatever the time frame is, what's gonna happen when that volunteer position creates programs, different ideas, and then it's not funded anymore, and they go away, who is
I
that?
understand that.
Who's that
Yeah,
person gonna
it's such
support
a
to do
percent real
that?
fast.
Sure.
Okay. But some of the other things that are in the work plan, if it is laborious for you or for anyone else, I just want to be aware of that. You know, I think the policy
To
changes.
Staff liaisons to help us with that as well, because sometimes it's not, you know, immediately evident what the staff load it would be. But there's a, you know, there's a staff load on Green Arc City, you've got the arborist, you've got somebody, you've got Yvonne, you know, like, there are lots of people that are working, even though it's a green space initiative, and lots of volunteer work from the commission is helping, is working as well. You know, there's public affairs is putting stuff out, there is a lot, but we'll, you know, kind of look to
If you.
James and Yvonne to help us on the.
Even us posted just so we're aware.
So is it as easy as you all will tell us, hey, it's too ambitious,
Yeah.
you know, let's do this and then this.
Or it's gonna take 6 months, not 3 months, or, you know.
You're good.
And I think just moving forward, just having that open dialogue is something that Yvonne and I can work hand in hand with and communicate that forward. And like I said, like something that's like, yeah, we just can't take that on right now, but maybe in 3 months, 6 months, then we can pick it back up or readdress it.
I have a relevant question. First, I'm pretty gratified by this letter, so thanks to the city for this response, or this messaging. In terms of the upcoming goals for 2026, one of them is gonna have an impact on staff pretty clearly, which is if we propose another ordinance that requires staff review. So my question is gonna be about timing. We've already sent out the dark skies thing into the world. That's launched.
Yep.
And I know it's currently consuming some staff time. In terms of timing, if we're sending another one, like here's a tree ordinance, how far out should we aim? 6 months, longer?
I think you could start on it now,
Okay.
anytime, really, because there's gonna be quite a bit of time in the commission, even just drafting it,
Sure,
researching it
yeah.
and all of that. I think by the time you get to, I don't think they're both gonna end up on the same staff person's desk at the same time.
Okay.
So.
Great.
I do think you could.
That'll minimize burden then, even if we start relatively quickly.
Yeah.
Okay, great, I'm happy then.
And as you saw with the dark skies, like the timing it takes to go from step 1 to step 2 can really vary.
Sure.
And so that can be kind of like a. What do they call, like a government, like a speed limit, you know,
Sure.
it can control the speed that way too.
Built-in speed bumps.
Yeah.
For one advanced.
Yeah. So I would recommend that maybe on the agenda item for next meeting, reviewing that work plan, so that everybody's kind of familiar with what was on there.
I do have another question about the Green Arc City coming back to green space. Will our budget then the following year come back up to that?
Yeah, and some of that budget comes out of the tree fund, so, but that initiative overall would come back to the budget, and it's, you'll start working on it in fiscal year 26, because it'll be the fall of calendar year 26, so, you know, I don't know that you would need budget before July, but if you did, we could. Kind of related to this, we have talked before about the meeting that we had between the commissions about kind of the idea of combining. And talking with Mayor Arnold recently, she said, you know, sometimes you float an idea and it really takes off. Sometimes it seems like a lead balloon, and this is more in the lead balloon category, so I don't foresee this really going anywhere. So if that gives anybody a peace of mind there. That said, there has also been talk about maybe having liaisons between the commissions, and I think if that's useful to the commissions to do that, by all means, you can have somebody from green space go to sustainability, vice versa, if it's helpful for you, but you can feel like that's something that you are being directed to do.
You can always just show up
Yeah,
at either meeting.
When do you meet?
Yeah,
When do you meet?
we meet the third Monday at 4.
and you're in City Hall, is that where you meet?
We're in City Hall, the next meeting is August 18th in the Gordon Room.
Speaking of meetings, is our next meeting really September 1?
No, I get that,
That's what's on the,
It'll be the following.
it's already been updated.
Always have holiday.
Board.
Sorry about that, I don't.
So just finishing the update that I have, so as we discussed, the comprehensive plan is coming to council August 19th. Pam and I are putting our notes in by the end of this week, so if anyone is really interested in the comprehensive plan and has notes that you would like me to include in my notes as part of my council notes, you're welcome to send those my way. And then we'll start talking about it in the August 19th meeting, and then the third meeting, and will be in the September meeting. So there's several opportunities for public comment at those meetings, or an email, or what, talking to us outside of the meetings as well. The Stormwater Commission will probably get set up soon. I think we're talking about that at the next meeting as well, both formally adopting the plan and informally approving the new commission. So that is really exciting. We have a lot of projects. We definitely have more projects than budget. And the new commission will really be helpful in figuring out, we already have like a scoring rubric, how projects get scored, but figuring out which projects go when, from what funding sources, and also how to intake additional projects, because we know that there are projects that aren't in the plan that are in Webster that will be coming forward, so that'll be really helpful. And then two kind of fun things. One is, as a commission member, you all got a pass to the rec center. I don't know if everybody is aware of that. You can stop by the front desk and they can help with that. And door.
Yeah, everything.
We go to amended hours August 11th, so get out there.
Cool too.
What are the amended hours?
4 to 8 on Friday night, Monday through Thursday closed, 4 to 8 on Friday, 10 to 7 on Saturday and Sunday. And the reason, I always just like to say,
It's not open.
it is.
So this is the pool.
On the 11th,
Yeah.
the pool hours are short.
Oh.
And that's because the majority of our lifeguards are high school college kids, and they wanna get out of here. and get out of
Okay,
school.
yeah,
So regular hours this week, and then starting next week, it's just Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Fridays 4 to 8, Saturday and Sunday, or 10 AM to
Oh,
7
that's
PM. And then last day is Labor Day, Monday, September.
So the 11th is the first day of the new hours.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it'll be closed the 11th or the 15th, not 14th.
This is the whole rec center, not
Right,
just,
yeah.
this is a great program.
Yes.
Come work out.
I got my free rec center pass, I never used it, like 2 years ago.
Just commented like last week,
Oh, yeah.
so for being that was
I got a trainer, taking yoga and tai chi, all that free little thing, just kicked it, none of that was free, but. It's great walking. Makes you feel better.
Yeah.
That was nice. That's the
It's in the
updates too.
It's a big deal.
I do have one update from sustainability, and we've got a date for our EV charging open house. It will be September 27th from 10 to noon. That's a Saturday, pretty sure. And it will be at the parking lot between the Sonic Lodge and City Hall.
Is that the reschedule from when we had?
That's a
storms?
reschedule.
Yeah, I think that'll be really cool.
And that's it. EcoEd, you know about? That's what I had.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Welcome.
I would like to say one thing related to this. Just to I shared this last time we met, but in case you've forgotten. The two chairs and co-chairs of Green Space and Sustainability met. And we decided to meet one more time before opening up to our two commissions meeting. So I would ask for a little patience with that process, and to not necessarily just go to their meeting, to have a more organized approach to the two commissions being a little more in touch with each other.
Okay, I'm just gonna clarify, it was to be as a visitor and you usually just have comments at one point and then that's it. So it's not to participate in a meeting, it's more just to be a visitor, so. Making that clarification.
Capacity as members of the public. Okay. Right, what was the date on the EV thing?
9/27.
Yeah.
Okay. You think we started a little late, and it is 6:07, just to put that out there again.
Okay, 1 minute.
Maybe we're not-
1 minute. Save the date, make it a first day, October 25th. We're hoping before then, we will have the Greenkeepers volunteer site set back up again with their watershed. We're working on a landing page right now.
Great.
And then Larson and Lockwood Park signs are finished. We have them. And they should be installed very soon. So that's something the commission paid for.
I see.
And then the other thing is Ginger had a friend who donated some money.
I mean, well, she's a community member, I don't really know her, but
And so did we ever find out where she wrote the check to? Did she bring it here?
okay, so City Hall cashed it. She said that, but she doesn't know anything.
Oh, she could have dropped it here.
Okay, we'll track it down, but the purpose is, so I don't know if everyone remembers Vincent Huey, who does a volunteer for the Black
Yeah.
Park. So out of his own money last year, he created a little contest, whoever had the best plot, who was taking the best care, got a gift card to Maypop. And so he was gonna ask the commission if maybe the commission could figure out a way to sponsor gift cards next time, however that
That's
would work
kind
out.
of fun.
Weeding and invasive species removal at the Blackbird Bird Sanctuary. So he
They have
has about,
assigned plots.
yes, he has several volunteers to each have a plot. He made a little contest just to kind of motivate them. So it was, and then
I haven't been here in a long time.
I had to come out and judge. I
What's
was
that?
judge.
Tree
And then
steward.
someone else came out and judged, so it was good. So anyway, think about that for next time. That's all I have.
Do you know anything about the other signage from Public Works that just?
A little bit. I talked to Sinan today and he said that he still has the sign that he showed you the last time. And then he's working on locations. And then also to do something a little bit fancier with the design, like the little river squiggle on it. So it's in the works.
I still have thought about that. If we have something in the Webster Kirkwood Times to announce those when they arrive,
Okay.
if that might be a good time to introduce the new stormwater commission and its existence.
Oh, with the particular water.
Like a
sign.
picture of the sign and then like, this is what you're seeing, this is what it means, and by the way, we have a new.
It would just would be nice to get a photo of the new signage at Arson
Okay.
and Lockwood and have a little article about that. And I can help with that if you wish.
So is that something Green Space wants to get a space on the Webster Kirkwood Times, or would that be? a-
Well,
We don't
Okay.
need the
City page, whole page city
Okay,
page.
so if I get that, I got it.
I missed that.
Okay.
The Friday page.
No, we have a page a month, right?
Well, it's
And,
supposed to be a full page in the Webster
Webster
Kirkwood
Times.
Times.
So we kind
Okay.
of take turns.
Well, I'll get that.
Putting
video
you-
in there.
Yeah. That might be a
Yeah.
good place to put the Larson and Lockwood sign, that.
I'm not even free to call with me. I thought you meant Jonathan.
Okay.
Can I ask you about the trees of distinction? Is there a work order put in to get the 2025
Oh, posted,
Yeah,
okay,
on the
I
website.
can do that.
Thanks.
It's not a bad idea to maybe at the next commission meeting, fall's a really good time to take pictures of tree distinction, so I will start trying to get the word out.
Do you want to propose that as an agenda item for next?
Yes, I
Since this is the end of.
yeah.
Or, yeah.
You were a really good timekeeper.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Will you leave your discussion? Just raise up distinction. And one more question, I think, to you, Yvonne. Do I need to contact Katie to initiate getting another commissioner for Carrie's spot? Does she know? Do that?
I mean, she knows, she knows,
Yeah.
but I'll remind her.
Yeah.
Because I would predict we're gonna have Jim's spot in a couple of months, so I'll give her. Cause they would be foolish not get Jim on that street for that
Yeah.
commission. Jim, you wanna speak to this for a minute?
What?
The thing you sent me about the Sierra Club.
Yeah, this is, so, and I'm not really, I'll just briefly. So St. Louis County Council passed an ordinance to expand the weed control ordinance to support citizens planting intentional managed native, this is from the Sierra Club, Missouri chapter. Native landscapes and place turf grass lawns. Now council member Dennis Hancock is trying to scale back this ordinance to combat complaints of overgrown unmowed lawns. So I think, Jeannie, you probably know more about this than I do. This has to do with use of pesticides and herbicides to control these things. And I have a friend, I'm also in the Democratic Club for Webster Groves, in Jefferson Township Democratic Club. A friend of mine, Janet Noble, went to this meeting. And said it was there were 14 people that spoke against this proposed ordinance. I thought if you all would be interested, she might be able to come and speak to this group. If you want to be here, I haven't talked to her about this yet, but I think she lives in Webster Groves.
Should we do a show of hands who'd be interested in Janet Noble?
Yeah.
Coming to speak to us next month or
Maybe 5 minutes. Like 5 minutes.
I think we could give her a full 10.
Regarding the county.
Yeah, this is, I have not been involved with this, so I know that Jeannie's interested in it, but that, I think it's relevant to what we are talking about doing. So.
Show of hands if you're interested.
Well, yeah, it sounds like it would be not too long, so, you
No.
know.
Quick
it's fine.
Yeah. I'll talk to her. I'm sure she'd be happy to come. If you're ready to interested.
And you can keep me posted if she's gonna be on that agenda.
Just a short FYI, I don't know how many people know this, but today is National White Wine Day. White Wine Day. It's all right. And I get the updates from Grapevine Wines and Berkeley.
Any other agenda items for next month?
If we talk about the updates to the work plan.
Review work plans. I believe it's suggested. Thank you all. We didn't go too much over an hour.
Yeah.
Thank you for that timekeeping. Just.
Sorry.
Motion to adjourn.
Seconded, we just.
All right.
All right.